What is up, you guys? It's your spiritual breakout, and I am back. Okay, I am back with another reading. Okay, today we are doing a love reading. This is going to be what is your person thinking? Okay, so yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and tap in. God, and Master, soul families, one flame family, please be here with me at this time, helping me receive a message to deliver to the collective regarding with their twin, with their soulmate, with their partner. It's thinking about. Okay, not to be in nobody's business, because we ain't doing that. But you know what? We're gonna do what's happening in the connection. We ain't gonna do what nobody thinking about, because I don't like how it feels. So this feels like also like going with your intuition, learning to not just listen to others, but to listen to yourself as well. So this is learning how to take guidance from readers, how to take guidance from your intuition. Even it's not just about taking guidance from others, but learning how to take guidance from yourself, learning how to actually listen to your intuition, tap into your dreams, tap into your subconscious, tap into the deeper, the more astral realms. Like, yeah, this feels like tapping more into your esoteric side, the occult side. This could even be like the studying of different religions. This could be being in a religion. This could be practicing modesty, celibacy, going on a journey, self-discovery, self-love, self-awareness, consciousness of self. Okay, 202. This could be significant for you. Okay, so you could be into numerology. You could be into coding. You could have a job in the medical field, x-raying, optometrist, gynecologist. Medical billing and coding, aerial. You could have red hair. You could be changing your hair to red. I'm hearing Nini. Childhood. Okay. What's happening in my collective's connections? Okay. Obviously I'm reading for multiple people and multiple different connections. So take what resonates with you, take what feels like, that's right for me, like take what feels good to your spirit. If you hear me say something about cheating and you don't got a man, overlook it. If you hear me saying like some outlandish stuff that don't feel like it go for you, there's another reading for you from another day. Check the playlist, okay? But yeah, like this is like doing something out of the norm. Like even tapping into these readings, like maybe you come here for my regular videos, but you just happen to stumble upon this. This feels like expanding your mind, being more open to like your imagination and the possibilities and the things that could be, so this is, instead of telling yourself, like niggas ain't shit, like, these females all out here thirsty and wanting to use niggas for their money, whatever the case may be. If you're always telling yourself, dang, like I don't got this, dang, I'm always tired, dang, I hate going to work, dang, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like being around nobody 3-3, now that I see it. You could have 3 major complaints. So maybe it's like my living situation, my finances, my kids. I don't know. But it's like focus on the here and now. Like instead of thinking about what your kid did last week, instead of thinking about if you are a bad mom, instead of thinking about are your employees noticing that you're having a hard time in life, or that the business is kind of going downhill, or that y'all haven't been making enough money. Are you getting enough education? Are you going to get enrolled into your program? Is this lover going to want to talk to you? Like all of these things that are maybe surrounding your thought process is like clouding the enjoyment, the joy in the blessing that you're already living in. So this is like recognizing the blessing that you've already manifested, that has come about, that's here now. You know, it's like, even if you don't have your stuff all the way together, you don't have to tell yourself, I'm gonna be happy when I finally get a man. I'm gonna be happy when I get a woman. I'm gonna be happy when I finally make $1 million. I'm gonna be happy when I got this in my bank account. I'm gonna be happy when my body look like this. I'm gonna be happy when I get those new shoes. You know, like, I ain't gonna be happy until this many people come to my birthday. This happens the way I wanted to. My kid has to be in the top elite program, has to get all of these controlling factors that you set in place because you think that's gonna make your life better. And I'm not belittling what you feel for yourself, or I'm not diminishing your dreams and your goals and what you see yourself having. However, you haven't gotten there yet. So if you're so focused on where you want to be, you're gonna miss the things you're supposed to be doing here and now to get there. So if you so focused on the outcome of a relationship that you're not focusing on getting to know a person in the midst of the friendship or the dating phase, or if you're so, oh my God, I need a ring, that you're not enjoying the just relationship part, because marriage is hard. So if you pressuring your man to marry you, that's already setting the tone for what the marriage is gonna be like. Him under pressure, her under pressure, her having to keep it all the way together, do this with the kids, and A lot of times women are single parents in relationships, in marriages. So trying to rush yourself into something that maybe you have no knowledge of, or you only have a fantasy, or that you've only seen in your imagination, it's like, okay, well, talk to some married couples. You know, if you don't have married people in your life, if you're a loner, if you moved across town to start a new career, move for a business opportunity, if you just left home because your family was toxic, and you live in a city, state, country by yourself, whatever the case may be, it feels like it's time to start getting to know people who are where you want to be. No matter where you come from, no matter what life looked like. You know, you could have come from a prestigious family and everybody is so uptight, and you are a free spirit, you're a hippie, you have locks in your hair, and you wear funky clothes, and, you know, maybe you always smell like natural, you know, like, this energy just feels like ignoring the masses. You having conversation with regular people, and these are people who don't understand how vast your mind is, how wide, how open it could be. And maybe this is you not even understanding, but then coming into, hey, I'm zoning out, and realizing maybe it's not that I'm not paying attention, maybe it's just that I'm paying attention to something else. Maybe I'm just focused on something else. So it's turning your insecurities, your disabilities, your mental health issues, your anxieties, your worries, all those things into imagination, into intuition, into different formulas, different codes to figure life out. Because, I mean, it's kind of like seeing yourself as this avatar for a moment, and having to be the executive decision maker of what this avatar is going to do for the day. What choices would you, as the controller, make? Like, would you want to chill for the day? Would you want to go to work? Would you want to be around people? Would you want to get an award? Would you want to do something for your business? Would you want to spend the day with your kids? Would you want to be out in nature? Would you want to be an animal? It's like, what would you want to do? And there doesn't have to be a limit to your imagination. There doesn't have to be, well, I can't really do this today, so, well, this is what I guess I gotta say. This is being confident in what it is that you allow to come out your mouth, what you allow yourself to speak on. So this is not always interjecting when maybe you don't have knowledge on the topic. right? But being okay with sometimes having to just be quiet and not really having to speak and not really having to be a part of the conversation. You know, sometimes people have to go without you, and not in a bad way, but sometimes it's about realizing even when you affect people in a way, whether it's negative or positive, just realizing that, hey, you affect people. Even like being so in your head, somebody could feel ignored by you. Even if that's not what you meant, you could say, oh, you're assuming that I'm irritated. But it's not an assumption if your body language is reading, hey, I'm irritated, or you're stopping the conversation, or you're walking away, or you're getting up, or you're handling the situation differently. So, and just paying attention to yourself, you're also in a way paying attention to others and building better connections with people, so that those connections that you're sitting there imagining and fantasizing about, especially maybe you talking to your girls, talking to your homeboys, talking to your family members, sitting there, you know, like maybe fantasizing about love or relationships and commitment, you know, because this is a love reading. You know, so I feel like for you, what's happening in the connection is maybe like a lot of daydreaming, a lot of fantasizing about each other, a lot of missing one another. If you don't have any perspectives, if you're not talking to anybody, I feel like you're kind of just daydreaming about what your lover may feel like, you know. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but maybe instead of focusing on what you want that person to look like, focus on what you want to feel like when you're with this person, what you want to accomplish with this person, what you want this person to do for you, what you want this person to be able to provide for you, and not in a way where it's like, well, I want this man to give me money. And I'm not saying you can't say that, because you can fantasize about that. You can give yourself permission to be like, I want a nigga with money, period. I do. Okay? I want a female that's not gonna make me pay for everything, but who gonna believe in 50-50. Or I want a submissive woman. I want a woman who's gonna allow me to have control over the finances. I want a woman who's going to be okay with being at home. I don't want my woman to work. You have such say-so over your life that you have to accept in order to even fathom a reality that could be yours. Sometimes the reason why people are so stuck is because they don't give themselves permission to want more than what they think they can have. I shouldn't have to feel bad about wanting a man that's gonna spoil me. I don't want a man who's gonna allow me to walk all over him, but I do want a man who's gonna be soft and like gentle and still a man, you know? But society may tell me that's manipulative for me to want that for myself, but that's what I want. I want me a man who's not a pushover in the world, but who's a pushover for me, who's going to spoil me and let me have my way, and who's going to enjoy that. A man who finds pride in spoiling his woman and her being a brat a little bit, like, because that's where I come from. I'm very spoiled by my parents. And as an adult, sometimes it's frowned upon to be spoiled. You know, it's looked at as a silver spoon, or, you know, given the upper hand, or you're a brat, or you don't do enough, or you haven't had to struggle as much, you know. But I have had to struggle a lot. You know, I've earned the right to be spoiled. You know, I was spoiled sometimes because of people's mistakes in relationships where a nigga would cheat on me and then give me shit, buy me shit. You know, so if I'm used to that, why not turn that into something that makes me feel good? Where If my parents used to be gone and then come home from not being around and then buy me shit, I don't want that to be no longer a trauma response. But I want to heal through that through my partner, to where now it's like every time you buy me something, I'm not suspicious of what the fuck you done did. But now I'm accustomed to it because that's your normal for me. You set the tone as I'ma always take care of you. That's what I want. And I don't ever want to feel bad about wanting that. So in this season, this is like daydreaming about the best possible outcome when it comes to finances, when it comes to friends, when it comes to connections, when it comes to your spirituality. This is not necessarily deeming anything as bad. And I'm not saying things aren't bad, because there's duality, there is good and bad, but you don't have to, this is demonic. And even if you are saying, hey, this is demonic, well, what does demonic mean? Does demonic have to be the opposite of angelic? And even if it is, what if to them angelic is bad? They're the pushovers. What if the demonics are the abused and the traumatized and the hurt and the poor? District 4, no, I'm just kidding, I don't know where that came from. You know, you could be watching Hunger Games, but you know, escapists, come home to yourself. You know, coming back to your home. It's crazy. You got 32 and 33, and the cards are definitely not in order, because at the bottom of the deck you got 29, and I see 44 right there. I don't know, but yeah, it's like coming home to yourself. You know, like reading, getting in a tent, getting in a fort, doing things that you used to do as a kid. You know, reading with a little lamp because your mom told you to go to sleep. You know, back when reading was fun, getting back into learning. Maybe that's something that the school system beat out of you. Not enjoying learning, not enjoying, you know, being taught because of how you were being taught. You know, this is coming back to the things that you enjoy, coming back to what you like, you know, who you are as a woman, who you are as a masculine, who you are as a person, despite what you identify as. This is not having to identify as anything. Okay, this could be, and I don't know why that black woman who was saying that she was a white woman, or a white woman saying that she was a black woman, I don't remember, but her, it's like, yeah, it could be looked at as bad, but like, we don't know what spiritual warfare she's experiencing that's making her feel how she feels. And it could be nothing, it could not even be that deep. It could simply be, hey, I don't feel comfortable in this skin, I want to be that. So if people can decide or feel or know, hey, I'm in the wrong body, this is not my gender, this is not the gender I'm supposed to be, what's the difference in somebody feeling like, hey, I want to walk around with dog ears because this is what I feel. You know, like, I'm getting to the point in my life where I don't judge. Like, I turn my nose up at certain things, and I still notice myself saying, Lord, forgive me. You know, like, I don't ever want to judge. However, it's just like, people are people. And living in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I think I haven't traveled enough to realize how big the world really is. You know, I'm so used to Milwaukee, my home, you know, my people, the hood. You know, like, I'm not used to even smiling at people who stare at me, or who smile at me, or who speak to me in public, like, oh, hi, how you doing? I'm like, hi, the fuck, what do you want? You know, so it's just having to get out of your trauma, having to get out of your conditioning, you know, your childhood, who your parents instilled in you, who they wanted you to be, what other relationships molded you into. This is getting back to your most authentic version of yourself in order to find your divine partner. You know, you can't find your divine being not knowing who you are. Because then guess what? You'll attract somebody with secrets. You'll attract somebody who you have to beg and fight tooth and nail for them to talk to you and open up to you. You know, so you have to be aware of what you're attracting, because your partner, is gonna be a reflection, you know. But also your partner is going to be your confidant, your opposite, your yin to your yang. It's like what I can't do, you can do, and what I can do, you can't do. It's like we're meant to work this out. Like we're meant to figure this out. We're meant to do this together. We're meant to help each other. Whatever this story is, whatever this plan is that God has for us, is meant to be done together, you know. But first, before I can learn to be together with somebody, I have to be one with myself. Okay? So I feel like that was the real spiritual portion. Now let's tap into like what's going on for real, okay? Alright, God Spirit. What is happening, God, in these connections? Okay, you got the Empress in reverse. Alright, you got the Two of Pentacles, juggling, okay? This could be juggling 2 jobs. This could be juggling like maybe DoorDashing plus your 9 to 5, or having a 9 to 5 and going to school. You got the Page of Cups. This is like small money, small offers, and deciding like which one is more important. It's like you looking at it and it's a fish, it's a lifeline. It's paying for some of your bills, but it's small and it's in a cup and it can't really live there. It can't really sustain itself in this little cup, you know. But you got your hand behind your back, and I don't really know what's behind your back. It could just be like a comfort thing, but it could also be you're hiding something. And you could be planning to let this fish go, let it back in a pond, okay? So you could be dating multiple people. And this could be somebody as a small fish. This could be realizing that, like, if you were to invite this person into your life, this person could potentially be eaten up. Okay? This opportunity could potentially be eaten up. So it's like saving both of y'all, okay? With the Strength card, because you have the strength and the willpower to do so. So this is realizing that you may be taking somebody under your wing, okay? And this is just the season. So you may be above somebody right now, or somebody may feel as if you're above them, okay? And this could mean financially, this could mean spiritually, this could just mean beauty. This could mean, you know, like this dude is like maybe like some scrawny nerd with these glasses and IT, and he works in a company and he always sees you and he really wants to holler at you. Or, you know, this could be the barista, you know, who really loves every time you come in your drive-thru in your Lexus, and you gotta, you know, you come in looking nice and good, and he's just kind of looking at you like, dang, like she'll never go for me. Like, shit, I'm in my Honda Civic, and you know, it's like, well, shit, you don't even realize this is a reliable ass car. This is stability right here. Okay, you got a good job. You know, you've been in a company, you the manager or something. Like, I don't know, you know, but this is like somebody maybe putting you on a pedestal, you know. Multiple people, you know, people could see you as like a blooming flower, a budding flower, you know. So some people could not really see your potential. They could see you as still budding, but some people could just be excited to see that, like, it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, it's not even like, oh my God, I can't wait till it's a full rose, but the fact that I'm seeing growth is mind-blowing. Like, I did that, you know. It's like, I don't need anybody else to compliment me or to see my worth or to see me as above them, because it's not that. But it's recognizing that, hey, you really are on your throne, okay? You really are living in your queendom or your kingdom, and you doing your thing, regardless what insecurities you feel, regardless of what you stress about or what you feel some type of way about. This is like understanding and coming back to God, coming back to yourself, and realizing that your needs are being met. getting out of your head, because regardless of what you feel insecure about, there's somebody praying to be like you, to have what you have, to have your light, to have your aura, and it's not even about having it as if they want to take it away from you, but they admire what you have and what they see you doing in your life and in your space. Okay, this is somebody watching you glow up. This is somebody watching you do the damn thing, okay? I'm seeing somebody wanting to oil you up, wanting to embrace your body. This is like tantric energy, tantric intimacy, okay? And I'm only seeing feminine energies. This could be a same-sex relationship, okay? This could be somebody feeling like, I don't necessarily want to be the masculine energy anymore. Like, I want to also be in my feminine energy. I want to receive as much as I'm trying to give you. I don't have to overly assert myself and be something that I feel like I have to be. This is coming back to me, coming back to my feminine energy, and realizing like, hey, there's duality. One is not better than the other. I have both masculine and feminine energy, and tapping into my feminine energy does not make me less than. It does not make me weak. It does not change how strong or how much of a protector I am. You know, so this could be your partner dealing with some insecurities, maybe feeling bored without you, feeling like maybe you are their strength, or you're too strong of a woman for them. Or if you're a masculine energy, again, I have all feminine energy out here. So if you are a masculine watching, I just feel like your queen or your divine feminine could just be having a really, really hard time in life right now, trying to come back to herself, trying to gather herself. So if you're feeling neglected, rejected, bored without her, or you know, like, she could be in the bed depressed, she could be cramping, she could be pregnant, she could have got pregnant before y'all met each other, but she found out when y'all, you know, start dealing with each other. You know, there could be a tough decision to be made, like somebody's tossing up a coin, like, damn, do I take care of this child? Do I, you know, like, do I move across the town for her? Do I, like, there could be a divine masculine trying to make a decision on you, and they're deciding, should I put her before me? Because there's no men out here. This just feels like somebody sees you working hard, and it's like, I really, you know, like, I wish I could gift her, you know, like, I wish I could give her something, because she deserves it, you know, she deserves it. This is like the person who doesn't ask for anything, who gets everything, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, turquoise, spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes, okay? So this to me feels like, again, coming back to yourself and realizing flaws about yourself, realizing, and again, flaws don't have to be good or bad. This is just realizing, hey, this is something about myself that I can change, that I have the power to change. I just need the discipline to change. This is realizing, hey, maybe I, for example, and it's about me. I noticed in my last relationship, I was always kicking a nigga out. Or even in my friendships, when I get mad at a friend, instead of voicing my opinion to her, or instead of coming to her like I would come to a nigga, I would just cut her off or stop talking to her, instead of telling her, hey, I didn't like when you did X, Y, and Z. So my ability to detach, again, it wasn't good nor bad, but it was like I had it, a real heavy, real tough. So when I do come into divine contact with who the Lord wants for me, I pray that I have enough discipline within myself, to discipline within my emotions, to have adult conversations that are going to lead to a loving conversation. You know, I don't want to even say disagreement, because in a marriage or in a divine commitment, I want to be in a space where I don't always have to be right, and where my man can lead me to, even when I'm not right, make me feel safe enough to be wrong, and to not have to fight and and argue to prove a point, or to be heard, or again, like I said, to be right. So again, this is like, using your spirituality to be brung to love, using God to be brought to your divine partner. And when I say using, it doesn't have to mean abusing, okay? God is a tool. God is everything. God is love. So why not go to God to learn how to love, right? So this is, again, maybe going back to your church home, maybe finding a church home, maybe tapping into a religion, maybe tapping into spirituality, tapping into finding out who has your head, finding out what different kind of African spirituality orishas or goddesses maybe resonate with you. Finding out what part of the spiritual occult calls to you. Is it the numbers? Is it the mediumship? Is it different divination tools? Is it the healing aspect of it? You know, like, is it the scientific part of it, like spell work? You know, because spell work to me is like chemistry. It's putting things in everything is something, okay? Just like all bad things come from somewhere, you know? So overall, y'all, I would say you got somebody contemplating about how to come in and help you be your best self, you know? But it's like, before you can have this Prince Charming come in and rescue you, he has to be in a position to rescue. He has to get his strength up. So if he is not there yet, understand that God is preparing him, okay? If you are dating somebody, understand you don't have to rush him. He doesn't have to rush you. Don't feel pressured to be in an intimate relationship. Don't feel pressured to meet family or move into a relationship or be together or have this person, like, be around your friends. And like, some things can just be sacred, you know? Something, it's okay. You know, this definitely feels like opening yourself up. For some of you guys have a teenager, a child, who could be meeting your spouse, who could be meeting your person. And you could be contemplating about that. It could be making you sick, like, I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I should do this. 5-5, but this is things changing and having to, it's just like with cooking or baking. You can make a recipe and it can either be good or bad. If it's good, you're gonna try it again. If it's bad, you're not gonna make it no more. But it's deciding to try it. You know, like, the worst thing that can happen, I mean, is my child be traumatized by seeing me date. But that's where conversations come in. That's where communication comes in, and explaining comes in, you know, and having the strength to do so. Having the strength to fathom a life with a beautiful family for your children. Or let's say you want to integrate, you feel like maybe you come from a family where it was hard to be yourself. So maybe introducing your partner who is very different or something like that, like, to your family has maybe been like stressing you out. You know, it's like accepting that it's okay to try new things. It is gonna be big this season. Accepting that you may have to juggle things, you may have to be put in a hard position, you may have to miss out on some sleep and get some rest sometime. This feels like sometimes you just have to listen to your intuition about what your body, what your spirit needs. Because can't nobody give you the formula. Nobody can give you the formula. You have to come back to you in order to even realize you're on this throne, in order to accept being on this throne. Because heavy is the head that wears the crown, okay? So you could be coming into some heavy times, but not anything that you'll have to carry alone. Somebody is coming along to help you carry this burden. And it may seem as if you're on a jury of your peers. This could be not knowing if you should post this post on social media, not knowing if people are going to judge your relationship, or if they're going to talk crap, or if your child's father or your baby mom is going to be okay with you moving on. All these things could be plaguing you. Again, be present here and now. Don't worry about that. It's going to work itself out. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share it on all your social medias, and I am out of here, you guys.